Hi everybody. Before completing our meta-analysis paper, our group was interested in evaluating the bud break dates and green ash trees in the downtown area of Madison versus the more wooded and preserved areas, such as the Picnic Point Woods, which is where the trees you are seeing are located, as well as the dates of other phenological events, such as leaf unfolding date. Our hypothesis was that, due to the urban heating associated with the downtown area, we were going to see an earlier date of bud break in the downtown trees compared to the trees at Picnic Point. To adjust this idea to a meta-analysis, we changed our question to focus more on temperature change to see how the effects of global warming impacted the date of different phenological events in deciduous trees. To do this, we first had to gather research articles. We used the databases provided by the University of Wisconsin-Madison's Library Services as the source for our search. Then, using keywords such as temperature or climate and bud break or leaf unfolding, we selected articles that provided both a change in date of a certain phenological event from one year to another, along with the change in temperature related to the study period and location. After gathering these articles, we were able to extract 156 data points to analyze. We first performed a regression on this data in Microsoft Excel to see the correlation between our two variables, change in date of phenological event and change in temperature. The results were that, in the data gathered, the date of phenological event advanced at an average of 1.06 days per degree Celsius with an R-squared value of 0.081 and a p-value that was to the negative 10th power. These results were displayed with a figure. What this means is that the results for this regression were statistically significant, but only 8% of the variability is explained by the change in temperature. We originally hypothesized to see a very strong correlation, so this was surprising, but it does make sense in terms of leaf phenology. There are many factors other than temperature that get evaluated when studying the subject. These include precipitation, elevation, and a variety of different thresholds involving temperature, such as a number of chilling days. With so many factors at play, it makes sense that temperature alone only explains so much of the variance in the change in phenological event date. Our second test was a single-factor ANOVA test to find out if the difference in the change per degree Celsius for different types of phenological events was significant. The p-value returned was to the power of -9, meaning that the difference between the groups was statistically different. Knowing that the differences were significant, we then chose to display the data as a triple bar graph. This shows clearly the differences in change in days per degree Celsius for bud break, leaf unfolding, and a miscellaneous category that accounted for articles that had other phenological events looked at. This was a surprising result for us as well. We initially thought that we would not see significance in the difference between the three groups. As mentioned before, there are so many variables that affect phenological event date, and these variables are still being studied to see how they affect different types of phenological event. Our meta-analysis suggests that there is in fact a difference in how different phenological events are affected by these variables. Because of these results, we suggest that further studies still need to be performed. There's still a lot more we need to learn about temperature alone and along with all of the other variables associated with leaf phenology. Especially with the current state of climate change, we know that temperatures are going to be increasing in the future. A further understanding of how these phenological events will be affected will be crucial in continuing our efforts to minimize human impact on the environment. Thank you for listening.